Hi, I'm Lindsay with Nerds and Beyond. It's nice to meet you both today.
Hi, Lindsay.
Nice to meet you.
So I just want to get started, hop right into it. Johnny.
Yeah.
So Stargaze starts off on a really heavy note for Vash.
Hmm.
Um, what was it like for you playing such a hollowed out version of him?
Well, there's part of me that was like, oh, come on, say some stuff. Um, but I love that. I love that. I mean, I don't like that he's hurting, but I love the story and his journey and some of the things that he has to go through. As an actor, it's much more fun to play those emotional moments, and to be able to have
Yeah,
these kind of this roller coaster ride for the character.
yeah. And now, Sarah, this season was a little bit different for Meryl because her long-awaited partner Millie is finally introduced. What was it like for you to explore that dynamic?
It's so fun. I think Meryl has been dealing with a lot in the last 2.5 years since the first season. And I think getting to kind of fill in Roberto's shoes with the new recruit, the newbie, has been a nice change of pace for her. I think Millie has brought some of the a little bit more joy back into her life. And that's been really, really
Hmm.
fun too. Especially playing off Alexis, who is fantastic as Millie. They're just really fun moments to play.
Yeah, yeah. And so, Johnny, I just want to know, what has it meant to you to be able to see this new iteration of Vash's story through from start to finish again after all these years?
I mean, first off, I'm just happy to be able to come back to it. You know, I really like it. I'm just happy that we're here and we get to do this again. It's a very different journey. It's a little more serious and darker. Leans into the manga a little bit more. The music is great. The animation is really awesome. I'm just having a good time. I'm just
Hmm.
happy that Trigun is important enough to people that they were like, you know what, we need to explore this again.
Hmm.
So yeah, just really excited about that.
Yeah. And Sarah, similar question for you. How do you feel? What does it mean to you right now to kind of be at the end of this journey portraying this character?
It's so crazy. I'm really sad for it to end. And I was a little intimidated coming into it. I watched the original series growing up with my brother, and so I also understood, how important this franchise is to people, and I wanted to do it justice. So I was nervous, and I've gotten a lot less nervous over the years and gotten more comfortable with Meryl, and it's going to be like saying goodbye to an old friend, I think.
Hmm. So, Trigun has so many themes and messages throughout the story about things like friendship, love, forgiveness, all that fun stuff. For both of you, is there any takeaway, big or small, that you feel is going to resonate with you after this is all over?
I mean, just like the strength of community is so powerful. I mean, all of these people are coming together in order to save humanity. And I think it's a really beautiful thing to watch unfold in the story.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think with Vash, it's he just wants peace. He's a pacifist. It's very violent, the world that he's in, and he's being challenged constantly. And so it's interesting to see that in an anime and to watch a character go through those choices and how his outlook or his hope, how it kind of starts bleeding into the friends around him and how they're like, yeah,
Hmm.
okay, and how they then are taking on that and carrying it on, and yeah, it's just that really.
Yeah. So, looking back on both Stampede and Stargaze, were there any particular moments that you felt challenged you as a voice actor? Maybe something that you learned from?
Hmm. Um, y- you know, I've just had such a great time playing Meryl every time I go in. Um, I don't know if I Hmm. I think the scene with Roberto in the elevator in the first season was certainly a
Mhm.
very emotional scene. And I think it also gave me a good idea of kind of who she was going to be moving forward. How she reacted to that moment um, really informed, I think, how she was going to move through the world from then on, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Um, I'm not sure if I would use challenging, but it's those things where I get maybe that's right. Maybe it's a little more like, well, okay, I got to deliver here,
Yeah.
otherwise everything falls apart. It's more of the risk, I think. But then, like for me, it was like the last episode in Stampede. We haven't quite gotten to the end. We still have a couple episodes for Stargaze, but I imagine things are going to be, going that direction as well. And so that's kind of like, you get kind of excited for that. The risk of like, oh man,
Mhm.
this is a big moment. So yeah, those things are fun though.
Mhm.
Um, yeah.
So, with this era coming to an end, do either of you have any parting words that you would want to give to your characters?
Oh God,
Oh,
characters. I mean, you'll always be with me.
yeah.
You always are. I can feel you all the time. And every time I see, fans at a convention dressed up as the character or wanting to talk about I feel Vash right there in those moments, like not that I'm calling upon his spirit or anything, but I definitely feel everything that I've gone through and his journey and the things that were there with me when I was recording. I just feel him there with everyone that it
Mhm.
resonates with.
Yeah. I mean, I love her and I'm gonna miss her. Again, she's like, at this point, I've been playing Meryl for 3 years, and she feels like a friend to me. And so I would say I'm an expert at Irish goodbyes. I don't really like saying goodbye. So I would say see you later. I think I would say, see you around.
So, the last thing I want to ask you both, just a quick one. If you had to put your trust in one character who's not your own to help you survive in the Trigun universe as yourselves, who would it be?
Ooh.
Trust in another character for us to survive. Wolfwood,
I mean, I would say Vash, right?
really?
Yeah.
All right, you feel safe with this one? All
Yeah.
right, okay. Well, like there's a lot of drama that happens,
Yeah.
unfolds. You might be better off with knives.
I don't
As long
know.
as he likes you.
Yeah, well, that's
How long is he gonna like you though?
Well, thank you both so much. It was wonderful speaking with you both today.
Thank
Thank you.
you.